Yo, welcome back. So today I finally bring you, after 2 years or maybe three, a Nobushi arc. A lot of people been asking for it, and I've just never really. Well, I had time, but I kind of didn't really feel like making a guide. But kind of got everything that I need to make the video now. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Oh, one more thing before we jump into it. I wanted to make this video about obviously a Nobushi guide, but I was gonna make it on both sides, like newer players and advanced players, but I think I'll make it a separate video so the video won't be too long. So I might make a separate video on a guide for newer players, but I'm just hoping people that watches us already know a little bit something about Nobushi. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Okay, and yeah, I'll show you. At the moment, we're gonna talk about opening up opponents. A lot of people don't really. I haven't seen a lot of people know how to specifically open up an opponent. So I'm just gonna show you real quick. For me, I have three different ways depending on the opponent playstyle, whether they're too dodgy or too passive. But I'm gonna just show you. So the first way is poke the nuts. So you want to delay the first attack and then chain it into the second one, which confirms the third light attack. So you just want to, as you attack, you just want to keep walking forward so you can like get more in range. And it catches a lot of people, or if they dodge, you can, let me see. If they dodge, the second heavy actually catches them. So it don't matter if they dodging forward or back, it always catches them. So just be mindful of that. So you got hook the nest if their defense is like weak or just like bad, or you got the heavy attack. So like the first heavy don't track them, but the second one always does. Second heavy always track them. Or if you attack out of hit stance, the heavy does. And it's only the top heavy, so don't think it's like only the side heavy, because you won't catch them. But you could do a side heavy into a top heavy. Anything after the first attack, um, the top heavy will track. So be mindful of that. So the last one is you basically delay the light attack into a kick. So that's like three ways you can pretty much open up an opponent based on the opponent's playstyle. Like I really don't want to do it against PK or Shaman because if they're aggressive, they will like lunge at you. So just gotta pretty much analyze your opponent. And the best thing about it is after you kick, you can dodge straight into hidden stance and mix up your attacks from there. Or if you poke the last, you could go right into hidden stance. And you could go back into hidden stance probably like 2, 3 more times ish. I normally do it 2 times and back up to regain stamina. I actually believe you get stamina back in hidden stance. No, you used to. I guess they like removed it. But yeah, that's three ways. Three different techniques I use to open up opponents. Just to recap, you can light attack them to a kick. Make sure you're in range. You don't want to be too far away and then like kick anything. So you got that, poke the nest into hidden stance, and you got the top heavy. So that's three different ways you can open up your opponent. So good luck with that. Just practice it, analyze your opponent, and make the best choices. That's all I can really say. So let's talk about the dodge recovery. Nobushi obviously can dodge and hit a stance, but a lot of people don't actually use a dodge recovery. So if you don't know, it's basically after you go and hit a stance, you can dodge right after. So it helps a lot when trying to evade attacks. and against people who like to soften a lot. So like also you gotta time it right, or else you could get hit. So you don't want to do it too early or too late. But it is definitely possible with some practice. But you just want to practice it because a lot of people fail to utilize it. But if you know they will guard break, you don't want to overuse it. But yeah, it's a great ability Nobushi had. Don't know, but you can ask. You can also dodge out of hidden stance with Nobushi. So it's a great ability. A lot of newer players don't really use. So just try to make sure you utilize them to dodge, because can save your life. You can also chain it into a light attack, or just guard break after. So it's a great ability a lot of newer players that don't use. So I normally consider it 2 dodges, because you can dodge kind of twice. Just gotta be careful where you dodge. So you just kind of want to dodge into attack, unless it's a top attack. But if you dodge like the same way they attack, and you will get hit sometimes. So you just gotta be careful. Some of you ain't know, you wanna almost always delay your attacks, even on like most definitely on PC, because it's like a lot easier to read your attacks. So you don't wanna do Viper's retreat right away, because you will definitely get parried in like the higher rates, or like the higher tiers. So you wanna always delay your attacks like a second, or maybe yeah, you wanna always delay your attacks like 1 second. So you could go into hidden stance after a second. Well, they all pretty much look the same, but when it comes from chaining your attacks from like heavy to Viper retreat, always delay your attack. So even kicking, you want to delay your attacks, because coming right out, it's a lot easier to read it. It's a lot easier to read that than reading that, because from here, all that time, like all that space, I can either Viper's retreat or do a kick, and it throws a lot of people off. So just be mindful. So always delay your attacks. It's pretty self-explanatory. Shouldn't really have to go more in depth with it. So yeah. Actually, let's just talk about wall splat combos. So basically it's like two different. It's like I wouldn't consider it a 50-50, but you can either like, wait till I get his stamina back. But if you kick him into a wall, you could get a top heavy for free. But if you think he'll dodge, then you could throw, second top heavy, because it tracks. So either use a delay if they dodge, then I throw another top heavy and it tracks them. So it's kind of like a 50-50. They gotta like, it's pretty hard to figure you out, because you really don't get any type of pattern. You just gotta guess if they'll wall splat, or just gotta have good reactions. So yeah, be mindful of that. I'll actually probably post a clip on that. But if they don't dodge, just free top heavies. Free top heavies. So that's kind of like a wall splat 50-50 in my opinion. So yeah, honestly, before I get into like the combos, everything is pretty much the same thing going into hidden stance. So whether you Viper's retreat, you can do the same thing. You can commit to the top heavy, you could poke the nest, or you could kick after Viper's retreat, or just back up. After the heavy, the same thing. It's pretty much just the same thing in different forms, if you get what I mean. Even opening up attacks, you get top heavy, you can kick, or you can poke the nest like we talked earlier. So Viper's Retreat, just letting the heavy fly into your stance, and then you could use your dodge recovery as the just dodge any bait. And it's pretty much just mastering these techniques that lets you flow fluently with Nobushi. Now another thing, this video is so sloppy, but another thing in hidden stance, if you just like somehow miss your first attack, you could kick also. So if you know they're close enough, you can just like that, because you don't want to throw out a third light attack from hidden stance because it comes out a lot slower. Well, you can't throw a third one, but like the second one is so slow, so easy to parry. Or like a third light attack trying to poke the nest. So that's why if I just like kind of with the second one, I use Viper's Retreat to dodge and save you some time. Because when you do this, you're free to get hit and your defense aren't really open. You can't really dodge. So if you fail poking the nest, you can just cancel it out with Viper's Retreat anytime. Even if you just do one light attack, you could use Viper's Retreat to dodge and recover. So yeah, you don't have to commit on every attack. Just want to find like an opener, but you don't want to play too passive as well. Alright, so let's talk about hidden stance. Basically, after a lot of moves, you can go straight into hidden stance. Whether you poke the nest, you could go smoothly into hidden stance. You could side run to hidden stance, or you can throw a heavy going to hidden stance. And it throws a lot of people off because a lot of people think you might kick or you might Viper's Retreat after throwing out the heavy. So from here you can pretty mix up your moves. Let me see. After Viper's Retreat, you can go into hidden stance. So from here, you can feint your attacks into guard breaks, or you can Viper's Retreat into poke the nest into hidden stance again. And I believe you could go back into hidden stance probably like 2 more times. So I always say if you have stamina to burn, use it. Don't let it just sit there, because hidden stance is, believe it or not, your strongest weapon. That's all Nobushi really has. So you pretty much want to utilize it the most you can without running out of stamina. And I'll show y'all right now. So that's 1, 2, 3, no, 4th one. So she get going to hidden stance 4 times. Just be careful if you throw out a heavy. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, normally I throw like a heavy or something, hidden stance 1. They might dodge the second time, so if they do the top heavy tracks, you want to throw a top heavy, not a side, and then I just play a little passive from there because you don't want to burn all your stamina and run out of stamina. So just be aware, and make the best choices you think is possible for your opponent. So just let a top heavy fly if you think they'll dodge, or you can just poke the nest. So it's kind of like those same 3 options we talked about opening up attacks, or you can just you could kick them, but they got to be in range. So usually I'll heavy, I'll wait like 1 second and then kick, because a lot of people, believe it or not, they think you'll attack right after hidden stance. So you always want to delay your attacks coming out of hidden stance, because it's much easier to read attacks coming right out of hidden stance than it is 2 seconds into hidden stance. And a lot of people don't attack you while you're like 2 seconds into hidden stance. So always try to delay your attacks. And you don't even have to attack. If you feel like you just want to play passive or gain some stamina, you could dodge backwards. So always keep that option open to your availability. But yeah, you could mix up your attacks like from here to Viper's Retreat. You could mix it into Poke the Nest, or you could just simply give them a kick. Or another thing I'd use going into hit attack, I normally light attack, feint the heavy, and then go into hit attack. So it looks something like this. It looks a lot smoother if you don't change guards. So from here. Now a lot of people get confused. Not a lot of people, but if you mix up your attacks well enough, like if you let some heavies fly, then you know, go into hit stance or feign it into hit stance. But yeah, when it comes to hit stance, you always mostly want to attack out of hit stance because Nobushi doesn't really have anything else, so you have stamina to burn. Just make sure you use it and attack out of it. Try to bait them out if they're dodge spamming, or just if their defense is weak. You could just poke the nest, go back into hit stance, poke the nest again, and if you think they'll dodge the third one, you could throw a top heavy for the free hit on them. Now I do want to talk about this technique now. It's kind of like back paddling, I want to say, but your first, so like, let's just say you attack out of tennis stance and kick right. If you dodge, you could throw it heavy out because you could delay it much longer. Like if you whip your first heavy attack, as you can see. So from here, I normally go into hit stance or something, or depending on the opponent. Like if you have an opponent aggressive, you can go into hit stance, attack from there, or you could Viper's Retreat. And remember, you could delay up to a very long time. So if they don't attack in the first second, you can hit a stance in like the second second. As you can see, the delay works, but it don't work if the heavy connects. As you can see, the black indicator goes away like quicker. But if you whiff it by walking backwards, you can actually delay it up to like 2 seconds ish. So yeah, you can either commit going to hit a stance in like 2 seconds, or you can Viper's Retreat. I'm pretty sure you've seen it in a lot of my videos, or you can just go into hit a stance and dodge, or go into hit a stance and dodge backwards if they don't like make any move on you. So yeah, that's pretty much a technique. Probably my newest technique I found out from another YouTuber. I wish I had his name, but shout out to him. And that's the thing, you just learn new things each day. So I think that covers everything about hit stance. As far as like the top heavy can track out of hit stance, you can go smoothly into hit stance after the first heavy attack, and like the different ways. So you can light attack, heavy, or you can kick out of hit stance. Like heavy attack. So just be mindful. We talking about light attacks. I normally, if I can, light attack, then go into hit stance. So I kind of think the heavy there. Then normally I just like, I dodge, throw out another heavy, then I might kick from there. Or if I Viper's Retreat, go on the heavy, I dodge, back pedal, that way I can delay any attacks, and if they play aggressive, can either hidden stance or do another Viper's Retreat up to like 2 seconds. So you don't want to hidden stance too early, but not too late as well. Or sometimes I might let the first heavy fly, feint the second one, then go into hidden stance. From there I mix it up. I might feint another one, throw the light attack. It is a lot of stamina you're burning, but you gotta get inside your enemy head. Since Nobushi really don't offer much, and spamming light attacks isn't gonna work in higher levels. So I might feint the second one. From here I might feint the second one, then go in hidden stance, feint the second one, then guard break. With the heavy coming out of hidden stance and guard break. So there's a lot of things you can do just from either Viper's Retreat, feigning, or like just committing. I think that's what I said. So yeah, they even kick, but a lot of people will be on it. So I usually just go in hidden stance, they dodge, and I normally just like finesse. Or I just like, I might kick them 2 seconds into hidden stance. Light attacks, I don't really open up for light attacks. Like if I'm close in range like this, I might poke them, but I mean, I'm tired, but if I poke them, I might feint here and there, but I'll try to commit into hidden stance, so I might try to do something like this into hidden stance and attack from here. So it's all about just using the hidden stance. You use it after your first heavy, so you might want to either dodge into Viper's Retreat, or you can actually after going into hidden stance, you could do a zone attack. So I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but you could do a zone attack. I don't really use it that often, but you can kick from hidden stance, from zone attack, or you can just commit, or you can cancel it out and dodge. So it's I guess it's an okay technique. I don't really use it that much. So a combo I normally do is opening up, kick them, then I backpedal, and whatever they do, I just go based off whether they attack, like aggressive. So yeah, and even after guard breaking, I might go right into hidden stance to get off a Pokénest. So it might look real basic right now, but when you're in a match, everything just comes together kind of based off your opponent. Like if you're playing a heavy, it would work more, like opening up would be more efficient, but it would be more efficient rather than playing against Shimano PK and Assassin or Rochu. But yeah. So I don't really know if there's anything else I can go over. I think I covered everything as far as like the advanced tips and combos up above. Like I said, it's very basic combos. You just kind of put everything together. Like everything falls under like Viper's Retreat to hidden stance, and then from here, you know, you got Pokénest, kick, or you just feint an attack, so committing to the heavy. Or if you light attack, dodge into hidden stance, same thing. You got top heavy, kick, or Pokénest. So everything is pretty much like the same. Nobushi is very basic, so it's easy to learn but hard to master. Let me see. Heavy attack, turn it into hidden stance, same thing. You know. I don't really think there's anything else. So if I missed anything, please comment below, or if you think I could have done better, please feel free to let me know. But at the end of the day, this is my first commentary guide, so in the future I will try to improve, and I do have a lot of things to work on. I'll try to cut down on cutting a video and just show like one long video instead of like cutting it, because I feel like that throws a lot of people off. But I messed up a lot, so hope this tutorial helped, and hope I'm recording, because I've been not recording a lot of film, and I had to repeat my words a lot of times. So um yeah, thank you for watching. Please sub, and I'll be more active. But peace. Thank you for watching.